would you comment the situation and the perspective of Slovenia, and what would your recommendations be?
Slovenia has to do something for development. Slovenia has already done quite a lot concerning austerity measures, programs and so on, but today it's quite obvious in the EU as a whole that those two should go together. So together with austerity projects, programs and reforms, also projects for development and in investments is basic answer. So the proper answer should be that Slovenian government, Slovenian municipalities and companies should find proper projects for further on investment and for job creation. It's quite important, especially this year and next year, to use and to increase absorption capacity concerning European structural funds. We as CIB, we are just right now in talks with Ministry of Finance of Slovenia to co-finance European structural funds, so to help Slovenian government to finance their part in very concrete projects. So I hope that we are going to conclude our talks and hope to sign such a contract for co-financing structural funds. I'm talking about the so-called framework loans. That's one of the area which can be an amount. I'm talking about 300, 400, 500 million euros long-term, quite cheap financial sources we can provide. So there are many areas one should about which one should think and try to find and push and boost the economy further on, and that's the only answer for unemployment and job creation.
The conference on public-private partnerships to increase energy efficiency here in Ljubljana today, organized by International Center for Promotion of Enterprises in collaboration with Knowledge Economy Network, CAN, is attended by about 80 participants. There are many representatives of international organizations, starting with OECD, with the European Commission, Economic Commission for Europe of United Nations, many national experts who are presenting their cases and their policies. I'm glad that also the All-Slovenian Association of Investors is among us, and surely this collaboration will continue and will deepen further.
The European Commission, together with Member States and Parliament, just adopted the new Energy Efficiency Directive, which will enable Member States to fill in the gap up to the 2020 energy efficiency goal. So we have now the framework, the policy framework in place, and we are now looking to the next financing programming period with a lot of money and a lot of priority put, a lot of emphasis for energy efficiency. So we are now trying to see how, as the European Commission, we can support these efforts that Member States will have to do, and how to make the best use of this financing available. That's why we are much supporting energy performance contracting, and I think that's also why I'm here today, is try to discuss with the public and private sector here how we can move forward and how we can build an energy efficiency market and ESCO, and develop the energy performance contract together, and try to identify the different barriers and try to get together and discuss how we can make the best use of this huge opportunity lying around, the financing on the one side and now the stable policy framework in place.
We think that both PPPs and sustainable energy are critical today. PPPs because clearly the public sector will not be able on its own to develop a lot of long-term investments, infrastructure investment in particular, but also there's a lot of promises that are associated with cooperation between the public and the private sector on developing utilities. For instance, the public sector, through SOEs, intervenes in the design of PPPs, and also in the energy sector. Power companies that are public companies buy often their electricity from private companies. So these two actors have to cooperate. And on the other hand, investment in clean energy is critical for the future. It's critical not only for environmental reasons, we are all aware of that, but also economically, renewable energy is becoming more and more competitive and increasingly on par with conventional energy. So clearly eliminating market distortions such as fossil fuel subsidies and finding ways of enhancing investment in renewable energy and in energy efficiency will be very important in the future.
So UNIDO's intention during this event here are just to showcases and to provide information how private-public partnership could be rolled out in several other countries in the world. So it was my role here to present an example of South Africa, how financing, how mentoring, how startup can be done with the support of UNIDO and other funders. And there is another showcase for energy-efficient motor-driven systems, which is very successful nowadays. This program was launched also by UNIDO 1 or 2 years ago already, and it shows that significant savings can be achieved by private industries just by cooperating with public funds, with public mentors, and also with UNIDO, who then works on site and provides the necessary data and information to help local entrepreneurs and companies.
From the very beginning, ICPE focused on public enterprises, but especially in the last few years, we will orient it on combination, on synergy between public and private partnership. And we believe that organizing such conference together with our partner in India, Asia, one of the European countries, we will find very good solutions for investors and for public services. And we hope that we will continue with such conferences.